What's up, guys? My name is Charles Bernard, and today we're going to talk about the top 3 mistakes that young pitchers do when it comes to throwing on the mound. So the first thing is, you guessed it, pushing off the rubber. A lot of coaches are going to put the emphasis on using your legs, use your legs, use your legs. And this is a very, very big misconception in the baseball world, that using your legs, people think using your legs is kind of jumping or pushing off the rubber to create forward momentum. This is not what you want to do. All right, I see a lot of young pitchers that are telling me, oh, I'm pushing off, maybe I should push off harder. This is not what you need to do. What you actually need to do is use your back leg to rotate your hips, which will allow you to separate your hips from your shoulders, and then will allow you to throw harder. Right? The momentum, when you get on the mound, now right now I don't have a mound in this field, but naturally the gravity and just shifting your center of mass is going to make you accelerate down the mound. It's going to create that forward momentum that you need to throw hard. Then it's a matter of how good you're able to segment your body to land into positions that allow you to throw the ball hard. So what we want to do, instead of pushing off, we want to be able to hold tension in that back leg as long as we can. And then when we can't, we're going to kind of start turning our hips. We're going to start rotating our hips into landing, which will create that hip to shoulder separation that everybody talks about. And then we're going to finish the rotation. All right. So a good drill that you can do is grab a wall or something that is going to hold you, and just basically rotate your hips, and while you're holding to that stick or that wall or that door frame or whatever, and feel the stretch in between your hips and your shoulder. So that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is something that I see all the time, and it's basically not rotating the shoulders and staying too linear. It kind of goes hand in hand with the last mistake of pushing off and creating all that forward momentum. But basically, it's a rotational movement. Pitching is a rotational movement. We rotate our hips and then we rotate our shoulder. Obviously, we want to create forward momentum. We want to direct our energy towards home plate, but we need to complete the rotation of our shoulders and our hips in order to maximize our velocity. Now, too many pitchers are throwing like this and staying forward here. All right, so what you need to understand is you need to rotate around that spine and really finish that rotation. That'll help you with your command, and it'll also help you with your velo. As long as you rotate around the spine and you don't jerk and kind of break that axis. All right, what I like to tell people is, imagine you have a stick through your head. I stole that from Trevor Bauer, but it's really helpful. Imagine you have a stick through your head that goes to the ground, which is basically your spine, and you want to just rotate around that. You don't want to break that axis. You want to stay right around that pole. So that's tip number 2, rotate your shoulders. And number 3, I see so many young players muscling up so early, and I'm a victim of that as well. It's been a struggle through my whole career to understand when to actually start accelerating, when to actually start throwing the baseball, right, through your delivery. So you need to stay loose for as long as you can. And the thing that I like to use is land, turn fast. So before landing, everything is loose. You're not squeezing the ball super tight. You're not choking it in your fingers. You're keeping it loose, and you're just super relaxed. And then as soon as you land, this is where you step on the gas and everything goes. All right. So Tread Athletics, for those who know it, did a really cool video. I think it was last year, about just Mozart, and Metallica. So it's basically, think about your delivery like classical music. Everything's going so smoothly. And then as soon as you land, is boom, close that gap. So it's land and then turn fast. Land, turn fast, land, turn fast. Pitching is simple when you compartmentalize it like that, and you just identify the key parts of it and you put the emphasis on that. So land, turn fast, land, turn fast. is something you got to remember. And finally, I'm going to give you an extra bonus mistake that a lot of people do, is basically learning how to throw with intent. In order to learn how to throw hard, you need to throw hard. I see so many young pitchers now that are caught up with all those mechanical tips, and they're thinking all the time, and they're being super robotic. First of all, be an athlete. Let the ball, let your body flow, let it eat. Be an athlete, move around, move your feet, right? You don't have to be like this, a robot all the time. A matter of fact, I would try to be an athlete and just move around and throw the ball out of different positions as much as you can. And second of all, throw the ball hard if you want to learn how to throw hard. So long toss more often. Get out of your mechanical things in your head and just sling it as hard as you can. See how you do. And then come back the next day, or the next week, or a few days in between, and throw hard again and learn how to throw with intent. All right, this is how you're going to ultimately throw hard. There's a lot of guys that are texting me, sending me DMs asking how they can throw harder. And I look at their videos and in game, and they look like this. And it's like, well, you're throwing at about 50% intensity on the mound in game. If you actually try to throw hard, you'll throw way harder. So start by doing this. Long toss often. Obviously, listen to your body. Don't throw it till your arm falls off. But I do think a few high intensity throws in at least 2 play catch a week is extremely beneficial, and it makes you understand how to actually accelerate and throw hard in various positions. So I hope this helps, and follow for more. See you guys.